So we talk about these points. We talk about, Joni had mentioned earlier with the study that QM marks their standards in a scale of 1 to 3. The research did 0 to 3. So what do the numbers actually mean? Basically, like I said, they're pointed 1, 2, and 3. 3 being an essential standard. Basically, these are the items that Quality Matters sees has to be in this course. There is a peer review process that Quality Matters has, and basically if it went through this process and one of those essential standards were not in the course, it wouldn't meet expectations. You do always get a chance to go back and read the comments that the reviewers make and make the improvements to your course. Again, the idea that it is a continually improving course, but you can have all the other courses, all the other points in there, with all the other standards. If you miss one essential, basically they will say that it doesn't meet expectations. There are the 2 pointers. They are the very important, then the 1 point, which are the important. In total, there's 41 standards with a total of 95 points. The minimum score, they basically say that you need to get is an 81 out of 95, which is about 85%. Here's kind of a breakdown of where the standards actually lie, and you can see how Quality Matters weights the importance. Basically, there are, as you can see on the top, there are the 8 general standards for Quality Matters. The green numbers are basically the essential standards. The blue are the very important standards, and the ones in the black are just important standards. You see this one right here. It's all green, and these are the learning objectives. This is where the alignment comes into play to make sure that your course level, your module level are measurable, that they are aligned with one another. The green ones going down in the resources and materials and learner engagement all deals with the alignment back to those learning objectives. Again, kind of giving the students a roadmap of success, that what they are learning is relevant to the course. And this way, if the course design, or as long as it meets the program level objectives and what the program outcomes are, then the student should be very well prepared to go out into the world and be able to become what we set out for the students to become. So they do weigh a lot of weight on the learning objectives. A lot of it in the first one is, let students know how do you even start this course. So where do the moment students get into Carmen, they log in, what's the first thing they should actually do? Because they may not know to go right to content. I mean, it makes sense to you and me and everybody else. But if it's a freshman student, first online course, they may not know where to go. And giving the students that direction as to where they need to go is important, so they know where they should be clicking. Again, the idea, with accessibility, you see that first one there is in the green, that it's a essential standard. This is about accessibility. Do we have the accessibility statement in all of our syllabi, so they know where they can get support through ODS? And then everything else is very important. Are your videos closed captions? I mean, maybe that should be a green standard, and maybe that should be a essential one that everything's accessible. I know it's time consuming, it's very sometimes cost prohibitive, but it's an important thing to have in there anymore, having that accessibility, and it really should be all the videos should be closed captioned, the screen should be readable, and there are resources available. Yes?
I'm sorry, Tim, isn't it by law they have to be?
There were court rulings now that we're basically looking at, but yes, they should be they need to be closed captioned. It needs to be accessible. Kind of look at the software that you're using. With the different manufacturers and software distributors, to make sure that those software packages that you're using are accessible. I know like soft chalk is one that's, it makes it very accessible to make learning objects. I believe over in the College of Nursing, use soft chalk very often. So, it makes those lessons very, very accessible where, it might take some more time and effort in other software packages to make it accessible, or it might not be accessible at all. So that's something, as you're building your courses, as you're working with the vendors, to kind of ask those questions: is this software accessible? Because I think it's going to take a lot more people saying, is this accessible, where it's not, and kind of forcing a little bit those companies to make their software packages more accessible for every student that's out there. So how do you get a copy of the rubric? I keep on talking about this rubric throughout the entire presentation. So how do you get a copy of it? First, have step-by-step here. You go to qualitymatters.org. Like Johnny said, you had all the resources on there for the research. Secondly, you click on where it says higher education. You click on where it says rubric. It'll be over in the right-hand corner. And then it is going to ask you if you're going to see this link right here, download the 2011-2013 rubric with standards PDF. This isn't the fully annotated rubric, but this is just it has all the 8 general standards. It has all 41 specific standards. It just doesn't have all the pieces and parts in there that kind of explain those standards even more. But basically, if you don't have an account, it's free to create an account. You just click on create a MyQM account. You associate yourself with Ohio State University, and all the different campuses are there. Obviously, if you're here on the main campus, you want to associate yourself with main campus. It's best to use your name.number email address to create your account. Then you just go in and you log in and you download the PDF. It's right there. It's free for you to download.
Tim,
yes.
Can I just mention that OSU pays for us to have a subscription to Quality Matters? It's like $1,000 or $1,500 a year through the consortium. So this is a resource that you really should try to take advantage of, and do associate yourself with OSU, because only people who have or subscribers can refer to the rubric, and any staff or faculty member can access the rubric.